Isaac, you doing all right, buddy? I'd be lying if I didn't say Isaac was woo, about got me. What's up, Mr. Josephus? Trying to burn up your scratching post here, buddy. Do you know that? Trying to burn it up. Not having a lot of success. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and I'm picking back up where I left off the other day on trying to burn up these brush piles. The good news is there's very little wind today, and we did get about 2 inches of rain, so I feel a lot safer lighting this brush pile, considering there's, of course, you got the creek as the barrier over there, but the other side of that creek is about 4 feet tall in dead grass. And I've done some little test plots in the grass that's growing up around this brush pile, and the grass won't even carry the fire right now because it's so wet. So we're trying to get this brush pile burned down with minimal success. I tried burning this one about 3 different times last winter. It's just, I don't know, it's not packed in there super tight. The other end where I've been stacking limbs and stuff is burning pretty good right now. But I've tried, let me show you what's happened. I've tried to light this thing multiple times, and it has burned some. It just burns out the middle. And then a lot of people are wondering why we don't use these brush piles for firewood, because there's a lot of good firewood in there. And I do. I try to pull out a lot of the logs like this and cut them up for firewood. My brother and I cut a ton of firewood out of these brush piles last year. And yes, there are still some good logs in there that could be cut into firewood, but there's a lot of other dead trees that are more easily accessible. But I don't know if I can climb up on this or not. Probably gonna fall with the camera. I got a little fire started here. We'll see if it takes, but look at this. It burned out the whole center of this brush pile last winter. It just didn't carry very well. And there's a lot of bodark in here. Bodark's very hard, Osage orange, hedge apple, whatever you guys want to call it. It's a very hard, dense wood. Undesirable type of tree for the most part, with big stickers and stuff, but it doesn't like to burn very well. Now, one thing about trying to burn a big brush pile like this is you got to watch out for the bulls, because you don't want to catch them on fire. But no, it's such a huge brush pile. This thing may burn for a week. The other ones that I burned up here, you know, a day and a half, they're pretty much burned down. This one, and the way it's burning right now, it may take it a week to burn across there, and it's not all going to burn up. We're going to have to burn what we can and then restack, burn what we can, restack. It's a slow process, but you know, it is sitting here. A lot of people would say, why don't you chip it all up and use the wood chips, or why don't you do something with all the lumber or all the wood? Or we really just need to get rid of it. We cleared out all of this hillside and all this bottom for the cows, and now this is sitting in a big open flat spot that the grass can't grow in. So we're more interested in growing grass to feed the cows than letting a brush pile decompose for the next 15 years. I've done about all I can do to get the fire going. think I'm gonna just leave it to these two yahoos. I think they're actually standing there enjoying the heat coming off of that fire. It's about, I don't know, 40 degrees this morning. It got down into the low 30s last night, so it was pretty chilly, but they're getting covered in ashes. Hope they don't catch one of the embers that are still hot, but they're literally just basking in the heat. Missed one. Not squared up on it just right. Sometimes it's hard to get both sides of the front end loader to latch or to get under the little wings. It's one thing I'm still trying to adjust and get used to on this cab tractor is the visibility of your front end loader is a little less. It's reduced compared to what I was used to on that other open cab tractor. And kind of makes it hard to see the front end loader sometimes when you're lining up to hook up an attachment or something. Not that it's difficult by any means, but still learning this ins and outs of this TYM tractor. There we go. Got it that time. Got to go close the clamps, lock the hinge pins down. So another thing I was having a couple issues with, the first couple times I put this Homestead grapple on my tractor, and it's, also I need another cap. I don't have a cap for this one, so I just wipe it off real good. But this TYM tractor, the third function valve is electronic, where on my last tractor on that Kubota, it wasn't an electronic button, I don't feel like, if I remember right. So after I killed the tractor, I could just hit the buttons and release all the hydraulic pressure. Well, I would kill the tractor and hit the buttons on this, and it was never releasing it. And I got to talking to Nathan from Out of the Woods. He's got the exact same tractor, and it dawned on me, hey, this is a electronic switch on there, so I leave the key on, and I'm able to relieve the pressure. And those just go right in. Where before, I was having to like really fight this thing to get it connected, and I was kind of frustrated for a little while. But it was my own stupidity, because see how simple that was? Well, our fire's still burning good. I think it's a little too soon to start pushing on it much with the grapple and repiling it, because I don't want to burn up a hydraulic line or something, but it's trying to burn. I just don't think it's going to carry around the pile very well. I may get lucky though. So it's starting to go, but it's not going very far, very fast. I know that. like an ash tree. It's probably been dead for, I don't know, at least a year and a half now probably, so it should be good cut up for firewood. I'm just gonna take it back here and set it over the fence. We'll cut it up later. Well, let's see if we can set this over on the other side of the fence without tearing up our brand new sheep and goat fence that we just put in. I say sheep and goat even though we have our cows and donkeys and alpacas in here right now, but roll out of there. Oh, perfect. So that's the other side of this fence is right where we've been doing all our firewood processing this year. Alright, well, get out of this tractor. So, got the tractor all greased up, and I'm going to wait on trying to restack a lot of that brush pile. It's burning. There's a lot of smoke back there, but it's just going to burn slowly for days probably. But anyways, as far as the TYM tractor goes, a lot of people have been asking if I was going to do a full review or my thoughts on the tractor, or, you know, what I liked, what I don't like. Well, we just hit, well, we're fixing to hit 20 hours on this tractor, so I feel like it's probably too early to do a full review of any kind. I will say it's really nice. It's a really nice tractor. It has some really good features, has a few things that probably aren't the best, but let's be honest, the price point on a TYM tractor is much lower than like a Kubota or a John Deere, so there's some things you're probably gonna sacrifice on, but overall pretty good so far. Maybe when we get to 50 hours, I think the first service on this is at 50 hours, so maybe when we get to that first service interval, we'll do a 50-hour review or something. But I still don't have any implements for the back of the tractor. You guys know I got the grapple from Homestead Implements. They actually sent that one to me, but I'm working on a deal with them as a package deal to try to get like a rotary cutter, a land plane, and maybe a landscape rake, a few implements that I would be buying and keeping forever, because the thing about my last tractor deal, it was great, I loved it, but when the tractor went back to the dealer, well, all the implements left too, and it kind of left me without any tools for the tractor. So anyways, in other news, I'm gonna go out here, I need to check on Isaac. I need to trim his front hooves. Isaac is my very old Kiko breeder buck, and I've noticed he's not walking real well lately. He's got problems with his front knees, but I do know that his feet need trimmed. I'm starting to get pretty concerned about him. He didn't even come up to eat yesterday when I fed. Isaac's like 9 years old, something like that, so I'm gonna see if I can find him first and then catch him and trim his feet. Isaac, you doing all right, buddy? I'd be lying if I didn't say Isaac was past his prime. Probably should have gotten rid of him before breeding season this year, honestly. He's just getting way on up there in years, but man, I like him. He's a good looking buck, even though he's lost some weight over the years and he's having some problems with those front knees, but I'm gonna see if I can catch him. Yeah, you know what I want. I'm try to catch him and trim those front hooves. I'm not sure I'll be able to get this on video though. Isaac, you gonna come up and eat with the girls? Come on. Hey, I got lucky, he did come up. No big deal. I'm not trying to catch you, Isaac. Don't worry. Just eat. I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm trying to pet the pig, see? Just trying to pet a pig. Your girl's hungry? One of y'all tell Isaac to come up here and eat. He keeps drifting off on me. If I wanted to catch any other goat here, not a problem. The one I want to catch, he's over there. Hey, go towards that gate, Isaac. I'll catch you over there. No camera, but I'm gonna get you now. Yeah. Be still, Isaac. How the heck am I supposed to tie your head up? There we go. Come on. Push him, Earl. Holy moly. Isaac's more halter broke than I thought. Come here, buddy. All right, I had to readjust a little, but here's what I'm talking about with, you can't see a whole lot, but you see how that one toe is so much longer than the other? Now, I don't know if it just is because of his arthritis, age, or what it is, but for the first couple years, I never had to trim his feet. Now, about once every couple months, I have to trim them. So look at this foot. This is a perfect example. Hey, you better not spit on me. You did it again. Watch your foot. Alright guys, I know it's nasty and dirty, but you see how that toe is curling under? This one's doing the same thing. So we'll get him trimmed up. His old knees are sore though. He's got a lot of knee pain. Just part of getting old, isn't it, buddy? Hey, don't lay down on me. You can lean on me if you need to, but don't lay down. It's just like a mani-pedi, Isaac. It's not a big deal. You ought to be used to this by now as many times as we've done it lately. You thirsty, Lambert? You're gulping a lot of water over there. Hold on, Isaac. Easy. You gotta let me unhook you, buddy. I'm gonna smell like a billy goat the rest of the day now. That's unfortunate. Hey, chill out. I'm almost there. You're not keeping my halter. You're free. See how much better he's walking now? He definitely needed a trim. So it is good to get his feet trimmed and get him walking better. I know it feels better. He still will sit down on those front knees and he still moves slow, but it is what it is. Now, I've preached for years about Kiko goats and how low maintenance they are. They don't need to be wormed and have their feet trimmed near as much as a lot of other breeds. Kikos and Spanish are very parasite resistant and low maintenance compared to a lot of other breeds, but just like anything else with age, look at Isaac over there, he's trying to lay down on those front feet. Just like any other animal and people for that matter, as you get older, things start breaking down on you. And really, honestly, we should have gotten rid of Isaac a long time ago, but I don't know, it's kind of past that point now. He's probably just gonna live out the rest of his life here. I'm just kind of starting to get concerned about his health since he's really not one to eat. But anyways, I got one more thing I want to show you guys. Houston's got a buddy here, and they have been outside all day. It's like 1 o'clock, and they're way down here in the woods. He said they've been building a survival shelter out here. What in the world is going on out here?
We're building a camping fort.
A camping fort?
Yeah, so we can do a camping video.
You act like it's cold out here. You got a hoodie on, a coat on, gloves on.
What was this morning?
I agree, it was. Not anymore though. So, give me the grand tour of your survival camping fort shelter.
So, this morning we had an idea of like, we should just go build like a little teepee up against a tree. And then, can we go over there or over here? It's over here. So we came over here and I thought we were just gonna build it up against this tree. And then he says, oh no, we're gonna build it right here. And then, that's how far we've made it so far.
Well, it doesn't look very rainproof yet, but you got her all cleaned out underneath it.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, you bring a tarp over here, throw a tarp across it.
Yeah.
Build you a fire out here in front somewhere.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
That's what you were thinking, huh?
Yeah.
So, does this mean I'm gonna have to sleep out here on the ground one night in the cold?
Yeah. Well, that's our plan anyway, so. But at least we have a shelter now.
We have a shelter, huh? Well,
We got that off of the list.
and we'll have to have something to sleep on. And we'll have to build this little fire pit.
Yeah.
It's not much of a shelter,
Just
but
yet. It'll eventually be.
it will, eventually.
Yeah.
If your dad didn't come out here and cut down all the cedar trees, you could cut down a bunch of green cedar and pile across the top of it and help insulate it, but your dad pretty much cuts down all the cedar trees.
Yeah.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yep. Better to start somewhere than where there's nothing there.
It's better to start building a survival shelter somewhere than sitting in the house playing PS4, huh?
Yeah. At least for me.
Keaton would probably rather be in the house playing PS4, I bet.
No.
Well, you boys have put some work into it, I will admit that.
Yeah.
Got her all raked out and cleaned out. I think Gemma found an armadillo over here.
Armadillo!
Well, she found something in the hole. I'm assuming it's probably an armadillo.
I'm with my arm in there.
Look at this. Gemma's a perfect example of what a miniature dachshund was bred to do. But probably actually a standard dachshund was bred to do. A lot of people don't know it, but weenie dogs or dachshunds. She's a miniature dachshund. They were originally bred to go do exactly what she's doing for hunters to catch badgers in a hole. And I don't know if you know this, but a badger is a very mean animal with very sharp teeth and very sharp claws. But that's why weenie dogs have such short legs, because they were made to go down in a hole and pull an animal out. So basically where these boys are at are on the back side of our pond, and Gemma's over there in a hole with an armadillo. But I'm always curious what used to be what it was like here, or where, you know, on any property 50 or 100 years ago, because you just never know what you're going to find. I think this could be an old wood stove. It looks like an old wood stove that was made out of a barrel, because I think this used to be a door for a wood stove right here. I'm not sure what it was exactly. It's pretty well rusted and rotten and gone now, but there's something else over here. Metal. You know, there's just no telling what was on our property 50 years ago, what it looked like, you know it?
Because this used to be that road down there, our driveway used to be a, what was it? Highway?
Well, it was a county road. Our driveway used to be a county road a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you didn't reach down in a hole and pull out armadillo?
Well, I can't see a thing, so.
Not reaching down in a hole you can't see, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, if it were me and I were building a survival shelter, I would want to be out of the wind. So I'd probably put my sticks across just like this log is. I mean, this ditch right here is about 5 feet deep right here. Make a good little spot, good little campsite, as long as it's not muddy or raining. Wouldn't want to be here if it was raining though. Be a bad day. Well, I think I'll leave the boys to their own devices and let them build their survival shelter. More than likely, Houston's gonna drag me out there one night and we're gonna have to sleep out there on the ground, but that's okay. I feel like that's a small sacrifice, a small price to pay to teach my kids the right lifestyle, the right way to live. And I'm not saying that living on the ground's the right way to live, but I would so much rather. It just makes me so happy to see my kids and my kids' friends and stuff outside doing something. Houston got up this morning and was like, Dad, I want to do something. I want to go somewhere. Let's go do something. And I was like, but I got too many things I got to do here, too many chores. These two dogs, this is ridiculous. Hey, you guys, can you just let me talk for a few minutes? No? So I said, no, just go find something to do on your own. He said, oh, can we take our shotguns or 22s out and go hunting? And I said, no, I don't want you two out by yourself right now. Maybe later we can go do some shooting or something. But he said, all right. So they disappeared. I've been working, starting a fire, working on the tractor and doing all my stuff all morning. And they've been down in the woods building a survival shelter. And if I have to go out there and spend the night and camp in a survival shelter one night, that's what we're gonna do, because it just makes me so happy to know that my kids are being brought up the right way and doing things and learning things. I mean, there's so many little life lessons that he could learn out there in the woods. And that's just the way I grew up. I was the only child at home my whole childhood. And I grew up out in the woods with a gun, a BB gun or a 22. And I didn't really have I had friends, but I was home a lot. I had older parents, and I don't know, I learned a lot just out walking around the woods, spending time alone and building little survival shelters and shooting rabbits and squirrels and birds and probably animals that weren't in season and things. But anyways, I guess I'm rambling, but yeah, good day. It's been a good day. Got a lot done, got a lot more to do, but I'm gonna wrap this video up because I don't know if you guys realize this. It takes a lot more work to get a job done with a camera than without. So I got a few things I've got to get done, and then we're all gonna load up as a family and go see a bunch of Christmas lights tonight. We may bring you along on another video for that. There's a huge Christmas light display, probably an hour away. It's a little drive-through thing. We'll probably load up as a family and go see that. And anyways, yeah. So guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.